Merry Christmas. This is Phil with 31 Days of Philosophies. Where's my blue sheet? One of my great teams, one beautiful high performance team, gave me this flip book, and I'm going to run through it with you just so you have 31 days of philosophies in your head, things that are going to make you think about how do you have the greatest team possible. So, what did they write about it? Content may not have been originated here, might have been originated elsewhere, but if you work with Phil, that's me, you will surely have these lessons, rules of thumbs, acronyms, business terms, best practices, and funnies imprinted in your brain in no time. Welcome to the school of You've Just Been Larson. Thank you, Phil, for taking the time to not only lead your team, but see what we don't see in ourselves at times and help us grow and make the best of us. And they dedicated it to me. And I really want you to see what you see in yourself. I want you to see what you don't see in yourself. And I want you to see in others what they don't see and help them grow and make the best of it. And here's some signatures of some great friends who gave this flip book to me. Now, day one, work takes the amount of time allocated to it. No explanation needed there. Day two, productive people work on twos. What are twos? Those are the things that are important, but they're not urgent. And when you focus on those, 80% of your time, you're going to move forward and get great things done. Priority and pressure never preempt policy, process, and procedure. Priority and pressure never preempt policy, process, and procedure. That's a lot of P's, but it helps us when the pressure's on to remember to do the right things the right way. Day four, the speed of automation increases the speed at which mistakes are made. I've been in a lot of automation routines over the years, helping companies automate different tasks, but it can increase the speed at which mistakes are made. Make sure that you have a great process that's planned out, worked out, bugged out before you go automating it. Under promise, over deliver. Just don't forget that. When you're serving the customer, under promise, over deliver. UPOD, day six. Tune in to a WIIFM. What's in it for me? Think about what the other person is needing. What's in it for them? What's in it for you? How do you get those two things taken care of? Expectations. Inspect what you expect what you inspect what you expect what you inspect. Just keep that in mind. Day eight, place a demand on the gift. What's the ability, the skill that's inside of that other person that you're working with that you can kind of place a demand on it and say, hey, can you do this for me? Will you do this? And look to the best in people and draw it out. Day nine, accomplishment is a definitive and tangible result that leads us closer to an agreed upon goal. Accomplishment is a definitive and tangible result that leads us to closer to an agreed upon goal. Cat skinning. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Think of multiple ideas, pick the best one. DCB, dead cow barbecued, a finished product. How many times somebody comes into me and says, man, blah, 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 blah. I just look back at them and say, can you bring that out back as a dead cow barbecue? Go skin it, butcher it, cook it, put some sauce on it, and bring it back to me. Bring me the finished product. Faith versus insanity. Faith is speaking things that are not as if they were. Insanity is speaking those that are as if they are not. Think about it. DERFT, do it right the first time. It's always easier, it takes less time. My face, my voice, right? You have your face, you have your voice. I have my face, I have my voice. Use your face, use your voice to communicate across. 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. Focus on the right 20. 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. Focus on the right 20%. 5 P's: people, policies, process, and procedures; props, tools and technologies; projects, products, and services. You take care of those 5 working together, you're going to have a great, great team. Document, publish, train. Document, publish, train. Document, publish, train. Document, publish, train. I don't take prayer requests for people who aren't in front of me. That's called gossip. Kill the gossip. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Synergy is what we're looking for. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. The change curve. You're in production, you introduce a change, immediately you begin to reduce the, the amount of production that comes out. But you got to work through that change, take care of learning the learning curve, adapting to the new changes. And guess what? If you've done a good change, you're going to get to a new level of production. But don't introduce new changes while you're in the bottom curve. Wait until you get level on that new level. And then you can introduce another change and just keep increasing. Go through the curve, get higher, go through the curve and get higher. Exceptions are not rules. The insidious method of process. Refer. I think about this company that had a sign in the bathroom that said no standing on the toilet. And you're thinking about that going, how in the world did that happen? Somebody took an exception and made it a rule, and they had to do something about it. F sales cycle. You have people who are friends, you need to bring them in to be familiar. Once they're familiar, they'll be friendly with you. Once they're friendly with you, you can turn them into family. Once they're family, you can turn them into foundational. And that's why you move your customers from those who don't even know about you to being repeat sales, repeat and referring sales. If I do this for a reasonable price, will you do the work with me? That's a great technique for any salesperson. If you build a trust relationship with those people, and I can do this for a reasonable price, and you trust me to get it in on time, you trust me to do the right quality, you can do the work with me. And if they don't have that kind of attitude towards you, you probably don't want that sale anyway. The three questions: what's the downline impact of this action? Who else needs to know? What's the best use of my time right now? Ask it often, take action. What's the downline impact of this action? Who else needs to know? What's the best use of my time right now based on the answer to those other two questions? The A's of the team: accountability to each other and to the customer, and to the product and to each other. Accountability for our actions, adherence to policy and procedures, action, take it. Don't just sit there and stare at it. And alliance, maintain the team and maintain the customer relationship. Simple. There is no box. There is no box. Ask me about the story of the lady in the pan one day. Crawl before you walk, walk before you run, run before you fly, but do fly. Crawl before you walk before you run before you fly, but do fly. Don't bring excuses, just solutions. Think about it. When you bring me a problem, bring the solution that goes with it. Cost equals time plus quality plus quantity. Changing any value in the formula affects the cost. You change the time, you change the quality, you change the quantity, you're going to change the costs. Begin with the end in mind. Just remember that. Begin with the end in mind. Quality is exactly what the customer wants. Not necessarily what I want, it's what the customer wants, which means I don't have to like it to provide quality for the customer. Day 32 bonus, do a SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Your greatest strength is your greatest weakness. Increase your strengths, cover your weaknesses. Now, go out and get the book Manage Well. There's 40 principles covered in there in detail, right? 40 articles all put together, 40 chapters put in there. You can get that now on Amazon and get ready for high performance teams, your new normal. That's a new book that's coming out in January. We're getting ready to do a presentation on Measuring Matters, and I want you to be a part of that. You have an incredible, great day.